With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season drivers fire things off at the historic Paperclip right here in Martinsville, Virginia. Looks like we've got about 23 drivers out here tonight as they slowly begin to click off the final 5 minutes here in happy hour. Luke Smith leads the top of the speed charts right now in his Ford Mustang. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us once again here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls Friday night right here for the SDR Throwback 125. That's right, you see that little colon right there in between that 1 and the 25. That symbolizes an hour and 25-minute race for these drivers. Not a lap counted event, that's a timed event here each and every Friday night for the Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. Tonight's race being brought to you by Into Being LLC, dedicated to helping you with all your prototype and marketing needs and strategies when it comes to medical equipment and services. So if you're in the field looking for a little advice, looking for a little advantage over your fellow competitor, check out Into Being. Man, what a Friday night it is here under the lights. Short track racing at nighttime right here at Martinsville, Virginia. This half-mile speedway going to put on quite a show. Got a lot of Cup drivers here, a lot of Xfinity class drivers here. Truck drivers a little bit on the light side here tonight, but we should still see ourselves one fine race. Big shout out to each and every one of the sponsors here in Split Decisions Racing, Split Decisions Podcast. One of those things you need to check out on Saturday mornings on YouTube. You can find it. Check that on out. Into Being also Ackerman Aviation Group, a big-time sponsor here. Split Decisions Racing League here on iRacing.com, as well as Mountain Mafia Kennels, based out of Hendersonville, that's where the cave's at, is Hendersonville, North Carolina, based out of Haywood County. That's right, Canton's finest, bringing you all your big-time bullies. Check them out on Facebook.com as well. Mountain Mafia Kennels. Well, looks like we've gone ahead and switched things over to qualifying, so we'll begin to bring that information to you here very shortly as drivers begin to put down those time laps. Looks like Luke Smith is the first driver to put in his time lap, so we'll take a look at the timing and scoring over there on the left-hand side of your screen as these drivers continue to put in their qualifying times. And something a little different here this week. Not only do you have a chance to win Dave's dollars if you can put in the chat how many laps you think these drivers are going to be able to complete in the 85-minute timed event here tonight, but also your top 5 drivers from last week's race have a chance at 5 iRacing dollar credits. That's right, Ryan Johnson, Brandon Shirley, Luke Smith, Tyler Rush, and Chris Wheeler. They will be battling for those 5 iRacing dollars here tonight. The highest running finisher out of those 5 drivers will receive that $5 iRacing credit from the Split Decisions Racing's admin team. Well, sorry about that. Had a little bit of logo problems going on out there, but nonetheless, they got that all fixed up. Looks like 15 drivers already turning in their qualifying laps here. Ryan Johnson gonna go top of the speed charts. Quick time 20:09. Will we see anybody break in to that 19-second bracket? It's gonna take quite a bit. As you can see, the fall off there from lap 1 to lap 2 for Johnson was right about 0.2 of a second. So you gotta get it done. You gotta get it done early. I tell you what, let's jump out there with some drivers that are actually on track. Looks like Kayla McCarthy in her 24 machine. There you can see Kayla going around the track. I believe she's heading down into turn number 1 now. You'll notice a lot of old school themes on these cars all night long. Throwback night right here in the Split Decisions Turtle Shells Triple Threat. Only 3 minutes on the board here in this 10-minute qualifying session, and we've got 18 drivers on the speed charts. Kayla McCarthy going to cross the line, go 13th with her first and only timed lap. We'll jump out there now with the 92 of Richard Reimuller as he tries to put that Spaceballs 92 at the top of the speed charts. Back off of 4 to the stripe. Where's he going to shake out? Reimuller goes, well, he goes nowhere. Lap not counting there for Richard Reimuller, so he's going to have to go around another time to try to get the speed out of the car, but it's going to be tough. We've seen each and every second lap be a little bit slower than the first. Elijah Travis slots in 17th with his timed lap here in qualifying. Reimuller crossing the line that time by and not being scored again. Some trouble there for Reimuller getting on the speed charts. Watch this 92 off of turn 4 for the final time. Does he get a time in here? And no time being allowed for Richard Reimuller, so that's going to spell trouble for his qualifying attempt. So we'll jump back from the track just a little bit as the drivers begin to make their way back down pit road. Only 3 drivers yet to put in their qualifying time: Michael Hayward, Tyler Ziegler, and Brandon Whitford. And as we do find ourselves about halfway through tonight's qualifying session, we're going to take a brief moment to, and hopefully, I don't know if we can do that at this point in time. Looks like Dave in the Cave got a little bit behind here, forgot to load something up. We'll see if we can't get that taken care of for you in the background, working on it right now as we speak. We should see that come to you here in just a brief. Oh, there it is. Not what we wanted to do right there, but and there we go. There you have it. You know, a night's just not a night until Dave messes up. You're bound to get it once or twice each and every time you join us. Just my nature, just my being. You know, nothing can be perfect. We all got to strive to be better each and every day, each and every night. And, well, as long as you're messing up, there's always room for improvement, right? Speaking of room for improvement, making an improvement in the championship standings, Ryan Johnson, for the first time, is going to take control of the points lead. He's going to jump just 1 point ahead of Luke Smith. Lucas Gortman right there in a close third. Elijah Travis still leading that Xfinity class. Right there sitting in 4th overall. Chris Wheeler, Richard Reimuller, Tyler Russ, Jeffrey Ramsdell, Kayla McCarthy, and Kevin Bernheimer round out your top at 10 in the overall point standings. There you can see Vinny Tabby, your highest scored truck class driver. He is the leader in the truck class right now in the point standings. Elijah Travis leading the field in the Xfinity class. Ryan Johnson with control of the points lead for the first time here tonight. And something interesting we said earlier, we said there was $5 on the line for Ryan Johnson, Brandon Shirley, Luke Smith, as well as Tyler Rush and Chris Wheeler. Whichever one of those 5 Cup drivers can finish ahead of the other 4, he will get $5. And, well, a little bounty being placed on the head of Ryan Johnson by these Split Decision Racing admins. That's right, a bounty for whoever can beat Ryan. Ryan has been on an absolute tear over the past few weeks here in the Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. And now admin's trying to put a stop, putting a bounty on the head out there for anybody that can walk away and keep Johnson out of victory lane. But there are some stipulations to this. You can't wreck him out of the race. You're not going to get the iRacing credits that way. And if he is taken out by a wreck, Even if it's not on purpose, if he happens to be involved in an incident and that's what puts him behind the 8 ball, then unfortunately the admin's saying, that's not good enough. So you got to go out there and you got to beat a man up straight up on the track here tonight from Martinsville Speedway. And well, now that we've got you all clued in, timed up for the championship standings, looks like everybody is done with the qualifying session with just a little bit under 2 minutes remaining. Ryan Johnson snatches another pole here on Friday night. He'll walk away with the quick time, 20:09. And well, with that being said, race fans, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, head down trackside for the national anthem, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in out, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Drivers already rolling off the starting grid. You can hear the bells in the background. It's time to run down your starting lineup. We'll run through this real quick here tonight, as it's going to be a quick start to the race evening. Ryan Johnson going to take the pole position away here in the throwback. 125, Chase Berry with a promotion, being listed in a truck, but he's actually in the cup class now, getting the promotion, getting pulled up. He'll start outside row number 1, inside row number 2. The 10 of Luke Smith just to his outside. The 58 of Justin Wilson. Patrick Gaspar, Kevin Bernheimer right there, 3rd row. 4th row, Randall T. and Chris Wheeler. Rounding out your top 10, Thomas Myers and Nate Johnson. Gilbert and Klingbeil, 11th and 12th. McCarthy right there in 13th. Gitchell, 14th. There you see the rest of your starting lineup as the field makes their way through 3 and 4. Flagman's got it in hand, ready to go, and green flag flies for the first time here tonight in the Split Decisions Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season throwback 125. up through the gears, everybody, with a clean start so far. There you can see it, 1 hour and 24 minutes still left on the clock. Very long way for these drivers to go. A little bit of contact there for Ryan Johnson with in the outside wall. Keeping our eye on this 5 of Chase Berry for just a brief moment. Top 3 have skated away from the field. We'll take a look around the track, try to bring in some more of the action. As you see that 131, he was closing in on the 14 of Michael Ayward. Battle back here, the 97, hard on the brakes, going to the inside of Michael Gitchell. Gitchell gonna lose the spot to Jeffrey Ramsdell. Ramsdell taking that spree. Chevy Camaro a little bit further through the pack. Justin Wilson right there in the 58 truck. He's inside of your top 5. Wilson sitting in the 4th position. And, well, once again, race fans out there in TV land, if you haven't already got yourself 23 minutes to try to put in your guess to win Dave's Dollars right here from Martinsville, Virginia. Looks like we do have one car around already. They're going to go ahead and get that straightened out. Looks like Kevin Bernheimer in the 28 had some trouble. But can you win Dave's Dollars? $5 on the line last week. Nobody captured. Oh, Tyler Rush. I believe that was Tyler Rush right there with a little bit of trouble. Actually, no, that was Mike Taylor, possibly. Either way, last week, $5 on the line. Nobody guessed the amount of laps that these drivers were going to be able to put in this 85-minute timed event that they run each and every Friday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So we're going to roll that on over to tonight. $10 on the line if you can put in the chat with just 60 minutes remaining in the race. You got to put it in before then. If you can guess the right amount of laps, well, you're going to get a payday from myself right here, Dave in the Cave. So can you win Dave's Dollars? Charity event race was the last time Dave's Dollars was able to be captured. That money going to the Boy Scouts of America as a charity offering that was given to the winner of the race from the individual that won it in the chat. They went ahead and wanted to pay it to the race winner, as it was kind of a somber moment in that race. The race winner recently, just hours before that race, losing his father, and was able to put the car in victory lane. So they wanted to donate it to him, and he decided that he wanted to give it to a good cause. So we donated that money. That was $40 right there that went to the Boy Scouts of America. So let's see if anybody's able to snatch away the $10 here tonight. As there you can see the 99 of Patrick Anderson. Anderson making the jump up to the Xfinity class from the trucks. We're used to seeing that 99 in a Pabst Blue Ribbon paint scheme, but now sporting a fresh new car, fresh new paint on that 99. Ryan Johnson already putting drivers one lap down. William Klingbeil in the 83. He's going to move to the high side. He's going to fall victim to your race leaders. He's going to be the first car off of the lead lap, listed back in the 21st position. Ryan Johnson still just 0.2 of a second in front of Chase Berry. Berry not letting him get away. Still a very long way to go. Only 5 minutes off of the clock so far here tonight. So these drivers still have 80 minutes to go around this paper clip. Good to see you out there in the chat, Roger. Glad you could join in here tonight. And I'm just not buying it. I don't think you were ever a Boy Scout. One of the first mottos you learn is always be prepared, and, well, you weren't prepared. We'll leave it there. Check out that old school Pepsi scheme sported by the 7 of Dave Gilbert. Unfortunately for Gilbert, he's struggling. Oh, contact in the 99 into the outside wall. Patrick Anderson, Dave Gilbert get caught up and involved Looks like, yes, yellow flag going to be thrown for that one here at Martinsville as the track getting jammed up after that contact. Something we don't typically see is a full course caution here in the split decisions racing league. But, well, looks like the pack was impeded by that wreck. So we'll take a look back here with the turn 3 replay, see what happened between Anderson and Gilbert. There you can see that 99 on the outside. Dave Gilbert struggling just a little bit behind him to stay in front of Ryan Johnson. The 38 gets down into the corner. 99 down into the 58, up across the 7's nose. And, well, that's about all she wrote. Those two cars, no front clip anymore. They do have one fast repair that they're going to be able to use. Will they use it this early here tonight? Only 6 minutes on the stopwatch. So we'll have to wait to see if these drivers elect to go ahead and come down pit road and fix up their machines, or if they're going to keep it out there on the track. Nate Johnson, Kayla McCarthy, Michael Gitchell, Michael Taylor, Brandon Whitford, as well as Kevin Bernheimer, William Klingbeil, Mike Ayward, Patrick Anderson, Dave Gilbert, all to pit road. Looks like most of the front of the field going to stay out. Chris Wheeler, one of the Cup drivers in the front, that elected to come to pit road to get those fresh tires already. But that 38 Oreo Goodwrench machine sitting pretty at the front of this field. He's got a hungry, hard-charging 5 of Chase Berry lined up just behind him. Remember, Berry went to victory lane the past 2 weeks in the Cup class, making the jump from trucks all the way up to Cup, skipping the Xfinity class altogether. And, well, looks like it may have been a good call by these league admins and officials here in the Split Decisions Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season, because Berry all over that tail end of Johnson so far here tonight. You know I love you, Roger. Just saying. Just saying. Pace car lights still on. Looks like we've had quite a few drivers fall victim already and fall off of the lead lap. 23 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight, and already down to just 13 drivers left on the lead lap as the iRacing pace car lights go out. We'll get ready to go back. Green flag racing this time by. There it goes, pace car down and away, entering turn 3. Field going to be in the hands of your race leader. Single file restart. When will Johnson fire it off and get on the loud pedal? Berry trying to stay right there. Anticipated, he spins the tires. Chase Berry spins the tires. That's going to stack him up. Luke Smith gets into the back of Berry. Justin Wilson getting caught up in this one as well. There you can see that 86 with some heavy damage to the right side of the tail of the car. Ooh, the whole spoiler crinkled in right there, and we'll have to look at the front end of Richard Reimuller right there, see if that's where the contact came from. And it looks like the front end on Reimuller isn't clean, so that is not where the contact came from. More drivers out here with some beat up and banged up machines already. The 77 of Thomas Myers right here getting a pass, a dive bomb almost. The bullseye 88 of Nate Johnson going to take that spot away. Now yet another driver trying to make their way by on the inside. That is the 25 of Randall Nichols. Contact, the 88 goes around. Looks like he was able to corral it and correct it. We'll stay green flag racing here from Martinsville Speedway. The 88 of Nate Johnson made a pass and then unfortunately on to the binders, and around he went. He's going to find himself falling back through the running order now, as we still got 13 drivers remaining on the lead lap. Kevin Bernheimer, one of the Cup drivers, off of the lead lap, as well as Dave Gilbert, mostly You see those Xfinity class drivers lit up in the magenta numbers over there. That's how you know these classes here tonight. That dark turn 3 orange symbolizes the Cup class drivers. The magenta is the Xfinity Series class, and there you have the Blue Star truck drivers right there, highlighted in blue. I don't know why I said the Blue Star. It just seemed to sound good and rolled right off the tongue. But can this 77 recover? Can Thomas Myers somehow put that Goodwrench Crayola paint scheme back up inside the top 5? He's up 2 spots from where he started tonight's race on a hard charge now as we're reaching just 15 minutes to that cutoff point. How many laps will these drivers be able to put in? And I tell you what, I'll give you a little cheat real quick. If you've already put in your laps, well, looks like you're stuck with that one. So go ahead and throw that one up for you. Let's see if we can't get the lap count to show here. Going to try to see if we can't cycle that on screen for you real quick. Head to the other ticker, let it scroll across the top of the screen for you so far. Lap 29, so these drivers putting it in pretty quick here. 15 minutes remaining before that 60-minute cutoff point to win Dave's dollars. If you think you can guess the amount of laps that these drivers are going to be able to put in this 85-minute timed event, put it in the chat. It's got to be official. And you may well just win Dave's dollars right here tonight from Martinsville Speedway. Back to the front of this field, battle going on, second and third on the speedway. There you can see the 5 of Chase Berry, Luke Smith tucked in just behind them as they make their way around one of the back markers. I believe that is the 36 of Richard Crane, falling a little deeper off of the lead lap. It's surprising to see one of these Truck Series drivers inside of the top 5. Look at this man right here, the 58 of Justin Wilson. He's all the way up inside of the top 5, your highest running truck class driver, and he is running higher than any Xfinity class driver out there on the track tonight as well. Gonna look back through these Xfinity class drivers, and it looks like Kayla McCarthy listed as the highest running Xfinity class driver at this point in time. Kayla sitting in the 8th position. A little bit of different tire strategies all over the board out there right now. You can see a little bit of a stack up here with Chase Berry as well as the 10 of Luke Smith. They're battling with a lap car right in front of them. The 92 of Richard Mueller. He is listed as the first driver off of the lead lap, sitting in the 11th position right now. So Mueller trying to somehow keep himself in a lucky dog position, somehow keep himself just 1 lap down as we see more and more of these machines back themselves back on in with each other. Ryan Johnson has stepped away, though. Your race leader out to a 2-second advantage over Barry, Smith, Wilson, and Wheeler. Oh, more contact between more drivers. They stack up on the outside. Oh my gosh, and Ryan Johnson involved. Your race leader involved in this one. We'll take a look here, see what happened with Johnson and how he got involved in this one. You can see him trying to duck to the bottom. Oh, and contact between 2 truck class drivers in front of him. 36 truck down onto the grass, back up and around goes that 38 after contact to the left rear quarter. That spun the 38 around. He's now going to lose that top spot, and Chase Berry will take control over the race. New race leader for the first time here tonight at Martinsville, Virginia. Looks like Ryan Johnson beginning to already close back in on some drivers in front of him. He lost quite a bit of time, though, upwards of 5, almost 6 seconds behind your race leader Chase Berry at this point in time. After that spin, the side-by-side racing action just off in front of them will We'll jump and check back in with the front of the field. Running into some heavier lap traffic now is Chase Berry. Oh, Berry gets caught up by a spun number 7. The 58 truck gets hard into the outside wall. Oh my gosh. Dave Gilbert caught up and involved in this one. Let's take a look, see what happened here. There you can see Gilbert goes around, catches the 58. That's going to catch, I believe that is the 99 of Patrick Anderson that was caught up and involved in that one as well. So multiple drivers with some trouble as we slowly reach the 60-minute mark. Just 10 minutes remain before that 60-minute countdown begins. Man, that 97 struggling in the braking points right now. You see a ton of smoke barreling out of the car. A little bit of contact with the outside wall. That's not going to help him at all. Justin Wilson going to bring his truck to pit road, and that will put Patrick Gaspar up at the lead of the truck class. There you can see that 86 machine trying to get by the back marker, the 48 of Michael Gitchell. Struggling to find the grip, struggling to find the speed right now. Gitchell sitting in 13th position. We'll jump around a little bit, check back in with your pole sitter. There you can see for a brief moment Ryan Johnson back into the podium spots. He's back up into the 3rd position as Gaspar going to go ahead and hit pit road as well. More lap traffic for your race leaders. Those are all back markers right now. That 56 machine going to fall victim to your race leaders here tonight. Looks like Mike Taylor going to go down a 2nd lap. What a run right now by that 5 of Chase Berry. He's starting to gap the field just a little bit. He's going to go to the inside of the 14, put him down yet another lap. So Michael Hayward going to fall to 3 laps down now as this field continues to stay out there on the track. Your top 4 still yet to hit pit road. The 77 and the 22 going at it right here with each other, trying to look to see if that is for position on the speedway. And yes, indeed, it is for position. Chris Wheeler, Thomas Myers right there battling with each other, 3rd and 4th on the speedway as we watch that 28 machine of Kevin Bernheimer get himself back into a good spot. Bernheimer sitting still on the lead lap, very close to going a lap down, though he is about 26 seconds behind the race leader. So Bernheimer very well may be the first driver off the lead lap. We'll check back in with the drivers in the top spot. As there you can see that 38 of Ryan Johnson not very far off of the 97, the 58, the 14 stacked up in front of them, running on the high side. The 51 makes the move on the bottom. He's going to take a spot away. Chris Wheeler with some trouble. Wheeler has an incident on track. He's going to get it corrected. He'll go back to the 5th spot now. Chris Wheeler with a little bit of trouble as Kayla McCarthy begins to close in on the gap, begin to close that distance, try to make her way up inside the top 5. That 24 is listed as the highest running Xfinity class driver, the first driver off of the lead lap. As you can see, Chase Berry making his way by. Now the 10 also going to make his way by that 24 of McCarthy. So McCarthy still listed as the first driver, 1 lap down in the 6th position. That is just how quick these drivers are picking them up and laying them down here tonight from Martinsville, Virginia. Jump around just a little bit if you don't mind, race fans. Trying to bring in some more of the action, trying to bring it all to you all night long just the way we do. And well, why don't we go down to a little bit of turn it up. Let's get a little closer to the racing action here tonight. Going to jump to the middle of the speedway with our turn 3 drone cam here, give you a little bit of an aerial shot, give you a different perspective of how things are going down out there on the track. All three of these drivers trying to make their way by. Richard Mueller there struggling on the outside. Chase Berry has the 25 truck tucked in between himself and Luke Smith. That 25 truck listed multiple laps down here tonight, sitting back in the 12th position at this point in time. Can he make his way by the race leader and get himself just one lap down? We'll have to wait to see how it all shakes out. Your Cup drivers are the only drivers left on the lead lap. Your top 5 all being consisted of Cup Series drivers right now. Thomas Myers going to go ahead and come down pit road. Just a handful, 4 drivers to be exact, yet to make their first pit stops of the night. Richard Mueller, Chase Berry, Luke Smith, Ryan Johnson yet to come to pit road. And where's that 38 at? Let's go check on him. He's making his way back up through the field, back up through those points paying positions. He's listed in 3rd right now after being involved in an early incident knocking him out of that top spot. He was your fastest qualifier here tonight as well for the N2 being Throwback 125. Back to some excitement, back to some of the action right here at the front of this field. And well, race fans, looking at that stopwatch up in the left-hand corner, you've got yourself about 90 seconds to get your lap times in the chat over there on YouTube. Can you walk away with Dave's dollars here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network? If you don't know how to find us on YouTube, just type in Turn 3 Racing Network. Look for the link, come on in the chat, and put in your lap count. Let's see if you can't snatch a little bit of money here tonight while enjoying some great racing action under the lights here in Richmond, or not Richmond, we head to Richmond soon, here in Martinsville, Virginia. I don't even know where I'm at. How's that? Luke Smith finally able to work his way around that 25 truck. He's going to put himself all over the rear deck lid of Chase Berry now. I tell you what, why don't we go on board right around the track just a little bit with the 10 of Luke Smith. Looking to the inside, not gonna get there in time. Smith gonna stay back in that 2nd position, but man, that is some close racing action up at the front of this field. And now just 4 drivers remaining on the lead lap as we have crossed that 60-minute threshold. And, well, let's see if Elijah Travis, maybe even Jeffrey Young, let's see if he can't snatch away Dave's dollars here tonight. If I win, well, that $10 rolls on over. So if we get to 238 laps here tonight, looks like we will roll this thing on over to next week. Right now, looks like Chase Berry leading this field. Not sure if he's going to be eligible for that bounty that was placed on Ryan Johnson, as Johnson was involved in a racing incident. We'll have to wait and see how the league admins and officials play that one. They have stipulated that if he is involved in a crash, you cannot win the bounty that way. So we'll have to see if they deem that a bad enough incident to take that bounty away and off the shoulders of Ryan Johnson. He has been able to recover quite well, sitting just over 6 seconds back from your race leader after being down almost a 10-second deficit. He has cut that in half, and Johnson on his way back to the front. Brendan Whitford with a little bit of trouble here tonight. Whitford goes around in his machine. The 131 Chevy Silverado has had some trouble. He gets it corralled, corrected, headed back in the right direction. And, well, for those of you playing along, trying to win Dave's dollars here tonight, let's see what the lap count is. Let's see how close we are. Let's see if we can calculate, do some guesstimations here in the booth. So we'll roll that lap time back across one more time for you. See if you can't see how many laps these drivers have put in here so far. 73 laps now on the board in just over 25 minutes. So if you do the math, 75, 75, well, that's about 225-ish with a little bit of spare change around in there. So, I don't know. This could get pretty good. Elijah Travis saying 216 laps. I picked 238. Jeffrey Young out there in the chat, he had 250 laps listed. So we'll see if any of us are right as these drivers continue around the track. Your top three yet to hit pit road for the first time here tonight. Ooh, that 14 having a little bit of trouble there. You can see, I believe that is Tyler Ziegler or Michael Hayward involved in an incident. Nate Johnson in the 88 Ford Mustang, he has to go to pit road. He's going to fall through the running order, fall off the lead lap a little bit further here tonight. Already listed 3 laps down. He'll be upwards of 5 or 6 laps down once he's able to rejoin the track. Dave Gilbert going to break away from the track and head down pit road. The 7 has been struggling out there tonight. Track temperature, let's keep you reminded of that. We'll go ahead and throw that graphic up on screen for you. There you have it. Track temperature only 72 degrees, so should have a little bit of grip in there, but a very different and distinct characteristic of a Martinsville Speedway. There you can see that transition from the asphalt to the concrete corners here. And, well, drivers having to utilize the grip differences of the track surface to their advantage, trying to exploit other drivers around them's disadvantages. And right now, that 10 of Luke Smith, he's looking to put some pressure on the tail end of Chase Berry. He's looking to see if he can't force a mistake. Jump on board real quick with that 5 of Chase Berry, nice and smooth down into the corner, all over that inside curbing. You hear him put that throttle down nice and smooth, and he'll fire away just a little bit. There you can see a look back at the hard-charging Ford Mustang. Duplicolor on board here this week for Luke Smith. He's going to close right back in on the tail end, right on that rear deck lid. Not going to be able to get there just yet, so we'll take another look at Chase Berry doing what he does inside of that number 5. Jump outside the car, enjoy the view from the stands, just like the fans here tonight. Way up on top in the spotter box. Watch these drivers head back across the start-finish line with just 54 minutes remaining in tonight's 85-minute timed event for the Split Decisions Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. That's right, you're watching the Into Being Throwback 125. No, the 7 of Dave Gilbert struggling just in front of your race leaders. He's going to keep it out of the way. Ooh, that could have ended up bad for your leaders. As I believe that is the 22 of Chris Wheeler just off in front. Wheeler trying to keep himself on the lead lap. He is the last driver on the lead lap right now, and way up the track in that Baby Ruth's Chevy ZL1 Camaro. All over his rear deck lid now is Chase Berry, your race leader, going to look to the inside. Luke Smith going to try to follow suit. They'll open up the door, head right on through the 25 of Brandon Whitford. Going to make his way by as well. Whitford still listed multiple laps off the pace here, but running right there with your race leader, so there is pace inside of that truck. Unfortunately enough, he has been relegated 2 laps down here tonight, sitting in the 8th position. We'll get rid of that stopwatch. Go ahead and head back to our left-hand side scoring tower for you. There you can follow along right with us at home, just like we do here in the production booth. Knocking on the door of 35 minutes into tonight's race. If you haven't already, race fans, toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the cave, Muth in the booth, the boss man Al, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, Rick, as well as Chris KR, we see out there, brother man, my good friend Cody. We all love to see you stop by each and every time you do. So if you're just sliding through to say hey, or you are the dedicated fan, friend, or family, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. So show these drivers a little bit of love and toss them a thumbs up. 77 of Thomas Myers struggling to keep himself just 1 lap down right now. Myers listed as the last driver 1 lap down in the 7th position, all the way up to your top 3 sitting down 1 lap. So just Chase Berry, Luke Smith, and Ryan Johnson on the lead lap, and those 3 drivers yet to come to pit road. Will they try to stretch this thing to the halfway break? We will see a caution come out somewhere right around that 45 to 40 minute left mark. It's just a matter of when the race officials think it's time to go ahead and throw that caution on out. Chase Berry, though, since the trouble for Ryan Johnson, he has not looked back, has not given way, and has led since that point in time in the race. Berry all into some heavy lap traffic. There you can see that 99 of Patrick Anderson struggling with no front clip on the front end of that car. Looks like the tail end ripped off as well, so the 99 has seen some better days. Looking to see if he can't just get up out of Martinsville with at least some of the car left intact. Looking at that stopwatch, trying to keep an eye on if Ryan Johnson is closing at all, as your top 2 drivers running into heavy lap traffic. Drivers battling with each other right now. That 77 and the 92 going at it. Excuse me. My goodness. Thomas Myers kicked that 97 of Jeffrey Ramsdale to the top of the speed charts. No, not physically with contact. He just moved them on up the track by diving down and getting that inside lane. No choice for the 92 of Richard Reimuller but to give up that spot. So Reimuller now dealing with that 22 of Chris Wheeler, who is listed back in the 4th position. First car off of the lead lap. He is not the driver with the freshest tires. Let's take a look here, see if we can't find the drivers with those fresh tires. Looks like Nate Johnson, Michael Ayward, both of those drivers with fresh tires, but listed way back behind the race leaders and well off of the pace. We'll have to go up to this man right here in that 58 truck, making his way on to the scene. That 58 slotted in right behind Richard Reimuller right now, but Wilson listed off of the lead lap, but in control of the truck class here tonight. Trying to see if we can't eyeball your highest running the Xfinity class driver, and it looks to be Cale McCarthy, and McCarthy may very well have this thing sewed up as she is being scored 2 laps down. Elijah Travis already being listed 3 laps down. That is her closest competition in the Xfinity class. So McCarthy needed a good run here tonight. McCarthy's getting a good run here tonight at a very tough track, very tricky track. It can be very hard on the patience, very taxing on these drivers' anger management skills. Right now, everybody keeping their cool, staying calm. We reach the 48-minute remaining mark here tonight for Martinsville, Virginia, and the N2 being 1:25. And there you can see just, we're going to jump up way above the track really quick just to get, oh, and contact. Oh my gosh, contact. Luke Smith involved in this one. Oh no, Brandon Whitfield involved. Looks like Nate Johnson made a pass. Oh my goodness, Luke Smith caught up involved, and he's going to lose that second spot. Let's take a look back here, see how it all went down. There you can see that 10 car down into the corner. He's on the brakes. He's going to slide it sideways. And, well, driver's trying to miss and nowhere to go. That 55 machine just kind of piles in right there. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to hide here when things go bad at Martinsville. And now Luke Smith with some trouble. The 58 machine, the 58 truck, sitting in the 5th spot is Ryan Johnson. Very close to coming to pit road that time. We'll take a look back up here. Once again, Luke Smith able to keep the spot away, but not very far off now is Ryan Johnson, and it looks like Johnson may have had some trouble. And just like that, how about it? Something happened there with Ryan Johnson. Ryan was able to get by Luke Smith for just a brief moment. Smith got back by. And then just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Ryan Johnson has lost an entire lap. Race leader Chase Berry enjoys himself a 10.2 second race advantage over Luke Smith, so it looks like Berry can kind of Sunday sail this thing. That's right, nice and leisurely, has a good gap to play with, a good gap to judge the speed, the loss of time, and how far to push it on this first set of tires here. Luke Smith gonna break away and come to pit road, so that's gonna bring us around the track. And Chase Berry is going to put the entire field at least a 1 lap down. Your top, well, from second on to 6th, listed 1 lap down now. Big big time trouble for a lot of these drivers. If he can put them two in, caution flag gonna fly for the stage break. Was that an ill-timed pit stop for Ryan Johnson as well as Luke Smith? Johnson going to slot home in the second spot here in this first half of the race. And it looks like Luke Smith going to fall all the way back to 8th with that late pit stop. There you can see Chase Berry making his way to pit road. So the race leader down onto pit road. And he's going to allow a few of these drivers to get themselves back on to the lead lap. So as we've reached the halfway point here tonight, and the N2 being Throwback 125, we are going to step away for a brief commercial break, pay a few bills as these drivers get themselves resorted out, refigured out, and back on to their respected running orders and things of that nature. So a little bit of admin work to do here. So we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, and well, I love it, you love it. Why don't we throw a little dust in the air? Let's show some dirt track action.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
back trackside after a brief commercial break. Gotta pay some bills. Gotta give a shout out to each and every one of the sponsors here in the Split Decisions Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. That's right, good old Split Decisions Racing Leagues right here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. Also a big time shout out to Split Decisions Podcast. You can catch them each and every Saturday morning right here on YouTube, as well as Ackerman Aviation Group based out of Texas. Big time shout out to them for coming on board and sponsoring a few races here this season. Tonight's race sponsor into being, helping you with all your protocol and medical equipment consultations, trying to bring those into use and get them into place into the hospitals. Also a big time shout out to Mountain Mafia Kennels based out of Haywood County, North Carolina. If you're in the market for a bully, well, they've got them. They got what you need. Go check those guys out. Great apparel over there as well at Mountain Mafia Kennels. On the restart, Chase Berry scoots away from the field. There you can see Justin Wilson in that 58 machine. I apologize. Jumps the curb just a little bit. Wilson still being scored the first truck in the truck class, but listed as the first driver. One lap down, and how about this battle raging on? Ryan Johnson has found a way back into the podium spots. He's now back into second. Some close side-by-side racing action with Kevin Bernheimer and his Ford Mustang right there on the restart. Bernheimer's going to slot right there in the third position. Chris Wheeler sitting now in fourth. Wheeler got himself back on the lead lap with a lucky dog. So we've got 3 Cup drivers on the lead lap. Or I apologize, 4 Cup drivers on the lead lap as your highest running truck class driver sitting 1 lap down. Elisha Travis now going to take over control over the Xfinity class. Travis sitting back in the 8th position. We'll take a look at Travis as he makes his way around this track. A little bit of a new color, new paint, throwback on that 51. The lone solo driver out there in the Toyota manufacturer. That Supra looking good out there tonight for Travis. As we said, he's the Lone Ranger here tonight in the Comp USA Toyota Supra. No other Toyotas out there on the field. Just a handful of Fords to be exact. I believe it is 5 Fords in the field. So a Chevy dominated field here tonight for Martinsville, Virginia. But that has not kept Chase Berry away from keeping the field at bay. Ryan Johnson has closed now to under 1 second. How long will Chase Berry be able to keep Ryan Johnson behind him? And can Johnson somehow recover from an early race incident, then falling off of the lead lap to make it back onto the lead lap into the top spot? There's still quite a long ways to go here tonight. 35 minutes remaining. We are well over that halfway point now as these drivers beginning to, the fatigue starting to wear in, not just physically but mentally. You gotta pick your passes. Berry look to the outside, gonna have to make a big move to the bottom. Ryan Johnson gonna close right in on his bumper. Ryan Johnson now within striking distance, just a big time corner. And that 38 may very well find himself back on the lead lap. Going to jump back through the field just a little bit. Check out Kayla McCarthy as she leads Mike Taylor and Jeffrey Ramsdell back towards the front of the field, just outside of your top 5. There you can find Kevin Bernheimer. And it looks like we do have a truck having some issues back there with a little bit of connection issues. We'll stay right here at the front of this field now as Tyler Ziegler down on the pit road once again. Ziegler had an extended stay earlier in this race. Now he is stuck back down on pit road, beating and banging on that machine, trying to get it back out there on the track. As we watch this 56 of Mike Taylor try to make his way up and around Kayla McCarthy. McCarthy sitting right there in that 10th and final spot inside your top 10. Elijah Travis has given way to Richard Rymuller. Rymuller going to take over the lead in the Xfinity class here as Chase Berry continues to lead the Cup class as well as the overall field here tonight. Justin Wilson in the 58 truck sitting in the 5th spot here tonight, your highest running truck driver in the field. And how about Kayla McCarthy driving it in deep all over the tail end of that 51 machine? She's got the lead of the Xfinity class right in sight. She's just got to get by 2 more drivers. Does she have the speed inside of that 24 machine to get herself up into the lead of the Xfinity class? Only got to get by Elijah Travis and Richard Rymuller, but if she's not careful, that'll open up the door for Mike Taylor and maybe even Jeffrey Ramsdell. William Klingbeil in the 83, not too far off of them. Going to continue to stay with this battle as it is the closest battles on track right now between multiple positions. That is all the way from 8th back to 13th on the track. Yes, it is not on the lead lap, but these drivers still going at it hot and heavy here. Down 3 laps, Richard Rymuller leads the Xfinity class, sitting in the 8th position. Elijah Travis right there in 9th. Kayla McCarthy 10th. A little bit of smoke boiling as some left front lockup going into that corner. Dave Gilbert, you can see him on the outside, struggling just a little bit. Back markers trying to get out of the way of your race leaders. Chase Berry not knowing which way to go, bobbing and weaving. He's going to get by. He's going to try to set his sights on getting by that 7 throwback Pepsi machine piloted by Dave Gilbert right now. And I tell you what, we haven't done any driver highlights or spotlights yet here tonight. So why don't we go ahead and run down some of this field, starting with your race leader, your Cup class leading driver right here. Chase Berry out of Lake City, Florida, tries to make it a 3 in a row with a class win. He won the last 2 races in the truck class. Can he make it to victory lane on his debut in the Cup class? Still a long way to go. 30 minutes remaining here tonight before we see that checkered flag fly. Back to the 2nd place runner right here. Well, you know him, you've heard him. I've talked to him multiple times throughout this season. Ryan Johnson running in a solid 2nd after some early trouble. He found a way, somehow to persevere, and now Johnson sitting in 2nd. Got to go a little further back through the field to find your 3rd place runner right now. There you can see that 28 Miller Lite, piloted by Kevin Bernheimer. He's got his Ford Mustang into the outside wall. So that ARCA factory stock champion struggling just a little bit here. He's about 5 seconds back from your race leader. Still running strong though. 3rd overall, 3rd in class. Back to the driver running 4th in class, 4th overall. Right here, Chris Wheeler, right out of Burlington, right here to Martinsville, Virginia. Can he put that 22 Baby Ruth Chevy ZL1 Camaro a little bit further up through the field? Still a long way to go to see if that's going to happen. Back a little further, you can find your highest running truck driver sitting in the last spot inside of that top 5. So a good, strong showing here tonight for Justin Wilson. Well, we highlighted Chase Berry at the front of the field leading the race. He is your Cup class leader. We'll keep this right here on board with the 58 of Justin Wilson just a little bit longer, as he is your highest running truck driver in the field here tonight. And then we will go back not too far from them. You can find Richard Rymuller there. You can see Rymuller out of Lynbrook, New York. sitting in the 8th spot right now, has just about a 1 second advantage over Elijah Travis, who is still dealing with Kayla McCarthy, Jeffrey Ramsdale, Michael Taylor, and William Klingbeil, all lined up on track, all trying to hunt down that 92 of Ryan Mueller. Ooh, little tail happy there for the 58 of Justin Wilson. He gets into the outside wall just a little bit. Now that 28 also into the outside wall. Chris Wheeler all over the tail end of the 97 right now. Jeffrey Ramsdale is being scored off of the lead lap. Wheeler still on the lead lap for the time being, 6 seconds behind your race leader right now. So just about a quarter of the way around the track. Man, what a run by Chase Berry. He has been hounded up at the front by your race leader, Ryan Johnson. There you can see it. Still, Johnson, no way to get around that 5 of Chase Berry just yet. Just under the 60-minute mark. These drivers got 3 minutes to go before we will reach that 60-minute threshold, and that's going to begin the countdown to see who's going to capture the flag here tonight. Will Chase Berry make it to victory lane a 3rd week in a row in his class? Will he make it to victory lane in his debut, or will Ryan Johnson have an unbelievably amazing recovery here tonight and put himself back in that top spot? Johnson was your pole sitter, is your points leader. Had a little bit of trouble early, fell back behind the field, fell off of the lead lap, but has since worked himself back onto the lead lap with that halfway point break, and now he is all over your race leader, Chase Berry. Well, let's see, race fans. Are you curious? Do you got a pick out there in Dave's Dollars competition here on the Turn 3 Racing Network on the YouTube side? It's got to be on YouTube to be official. Gonna check in. Let's see if we can't go ahead and find that lap count for you. Gonna get rid of some of the graphics on screen and throw that information up. Let it tick and scroll across the top. Chase Berry, oh, with a big time run there out of turn, I believe that was turn number 2. Ryan Johnson with a little bit of a struggle. He'll fall back almost 0.8 of a second now, as we are just at that threshold of 25 minutes remaining, almost 60 minutes into tonight's 85-minute timed event right here in the Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. Thank you all for joining us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you the calls, and we do appreciate each and every one of you. So if you haven't already, race fans, toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Share it with your friends, share it with your loved ones. Some great racing action each and every Friday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And just like that, 60 minutes on the board, less than 25 minutes remaining here tonight. Can Chase Berry keep that 5 at the front of the field? We'll have to wait and see what he can do for the rest of this race. Still a very long way to go. A lot can happen in 24 minutes. And we'll take a look, check in with that lap count here just briefly. Looks like these drivers are upwards of somewhere in about the 156 range at this point in time, if I'm not mistaken. Close racing action there with that 77, almost into the back end of the 97. '77 of Thomas Myers trying to keep himself just one lap down, but he is going to struggle to do so. Ryan Johnson going to close right in on Chase Berry, and this could be what he needs. And there you can see it scroll in the ticker for just a brief moment. Lap car as a pick. Ryan Johnson goes to the outside. He's looking for the race lead. Chase Berry on the gas and hard into the inside wall. Chase Berry gassed it up, trying to keep up with Ryan Johnson on the outside, and now Johnson involved in an incident. Oh my goodness. Lap traffic coming into play big time late in tonight's race. Chase Berry goes around after a lap car was used as a pick, and caution on the speedway. That's gonna bring us back to a crawl. What happened back here with Ryan Johnson? Let's take a look. There you can see Johnson getting by, now trying to make his way by that 77. He looks to the inside, but the 77 not having any of it. Going to try to cross over, and here comes the 58. He piles in, slams into the back of that 38 machine. That's going to be some heavy damage for that 58 truck. We had a separate incident then from that. Michael Gitchell involved in something in that 48 machine. I believe it is a little bit of an accordion effect on what happened here. And there you can see the 5 of Berry just stuck in the middle of the track. More drivers piling in. Kayla McCarthy, she gets the Good Hands by Allstate award there. Check this one out. Gonna go onboard cockpit camera if we can get there. There you can see McCarthy smoke trouble in front of her. Oh my goodness, little bit of contact. Not much at all. Hood still straight for McCarthy, but that could have ended up a lot worse than what it did. Not a lot of fender damage, just a little bit of splitter damage, it looks like, on that DuPont. Looney Tunes number 24. She's going to go ahead and elect to come down pit road. Looks like the 51 of Elijah Travis has lost his hood here. Randall Nichols, Chris Wheeler going to stay out on track. Ryan Johnson also back onto the track after his pit stop, so Wheeler going to have a little bit of an advantage now. Wheeler's going to take a spot at the front of this field, so as things get sorted out, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans, as we go SDR side by side. And back trackside with Chris Wheeler taking over the race lead after coming to pit road under that latest caution. He has stepped away by almost 5 seconds over Randall Nichols. It looks like Kevin Bernheimer also able to get himself back on the lead lap. The 38 of Ryan Johnson, after that late race contact, he's relegated back to the 4th position now. So Johnson gonna have to crawl out of yet another hole if he's gonna try to win yet another race here. And I tell you what, race fans, why don't we go ahead and check in with a few of the drivers leading their class. Chris Wheeler, man on screen, leads this Cup class right now. The man from Burlington getting the job done in the Baby Ruth 22. Take a look right here at that 25 of Randall Nichols. He was listed 2 laps down very early here tonight. Can he put that Texas-sponsored Chevy Silverado up into that very top spot, listed as the highest running truck driver right now, sitting in the 2nd overall position. He's got a lot of hungry drivers right behind him. Let's go back, check in with the highest running Xfinity class driver, and that belongs to this man right here, Elijah Travis, in the Comp USA Toyota Supra driver, straight out of Ocala, Florida, just outside of Silver Springs, down there not too far away from the Mecca, Daytona International Speedway, right around the corner from Ocala. So Elijah Travis got a lot of racing going on around him, and he looks to do a little more racing here tonight as he leads the Xfinity class. Close quarters racing for that Xfinity class supremacy right now. Oh, and the 7 of Dave Gilbert goes around. Will we see another caution? And no caution comes out for this one. We stay green flag. Jeffrey Ramsdell tries to close in on the tail end of Travis. We will jump around the speedway just a little bit. Gonna head back to your race leader for a brief moment. Now check back in with Kevin Bernheimer, that 28 Ford Mustang powering down around the inside, making his way around the back marker of Mike Taylor. Taylor struggling in that Xfinity class right now, but sitting inside the top 10 overall. So while drivers continue to struggle, they continue to have those fast runs here tonight. Well, looks like the time ticking away on us. Looks like iRacing saying these drivers are going to have about 16 laps to go, so we'll bring the ticker back up across the top of the screen for you there. You can see just under 16 minutes remaining here tonight from Martinsville Speedway into being throwback 125. Chris Wheeler looking to snatch $5 iRacing credit to his account by being the highest runner out of the 5 Cup drivers. Kind of in a dash for cash kind of thing. Your top 5 Cup class drivers all battling for a $5 iRacing credit prize here tonight. Driver that finishes ahead of the rest, well, he's going to get it. And right now, that will go to the driver leading the race, Chris Wheeler. Into that 22 is running away from the field. And what a better time to really run away from the field, huh, race fans? With less than 15 minutes remaining, Wheeler was struggling to keep himself on the lead lap. Now he finds himself leading the Cup class, leading the race in the final 15 minutes. It's time to go. It's time to hammer down. Look to see some of these drivers have some of those frustrations come out as they are in heavy lap traffic. We'll jump back up with your race leader there. You can see Wheeler going to cross the line. Nobody around him. He's got himself almost a 3-second advantage over Randall Nichols, and Nichols is your highest running truck class driver there. You can see that 25 Texas Chevy Silverado sitting in the second spot. Big tip of the cap for gritting this one out. The 25 was down multiple laps early here tonight, but he has persevered, scratched, fought, and clawed his way back onto the lead lap and back inside of your top three. There you can see having some trouble there, the 97 of Jeffrey Ramsdell. He gets his machine fired back up and headed back in the right direction. Looks like Ryan Johnson has come back down to pit road. Waiting to get to his box, Mike Taylor, Jeffrey Ramsdell, both on the pit road as well. Johnson down and away off of pit road. Now he'll rejoin the racetrack, but he will rejoin the race multiple laps down. Now your top three only drivers left on the lead lap. Chris Wheeler, Randall Nichols on screen, as well as Kevin Bernheimer in the 28 Ford Mustang. There you can see that Miller Lite machine making me thirsty. Jump around the track just a little bit, bring you some more of this action here. And I tell you what, why don't we go back to the spotter stand, give you a bird's eye view around the track here. We'll still continue to follow that 92 of Richard Mueller. He's got a little bit of work to overcome if he's going to try to take that Xfinity class win, because the driver leading the Xfinity class right behind him on the track, Elijah Travis, is absolutely hammered down here tonight. Elijah has been struggling in those Xfinity cars since he made the jump from the trucks into the Xfinity class. Oh, big moment on the binders there, running all over the tail end of that 14 machine. He's going to go ahead and give that spot up, let a driver around on the inside, not for position there, so no need to fight Elijah Travis using his head as we close in on the 10-minute remaining mark here tonight from Martinsville, Virginia. And always a lot of action, always a lot of stuff going on the track here in the Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. Well, you want to know why it's the Triple Threat? Well, you've got three different classes of NASCAR out there on the track all at once. You've got the Cup Class Xfinity as well as the trucks all on the track with each other all at the same time, taking a little bite from the sports car world, the IMSA side of things, with the timed events as well as the way the cautions flags fly also being utilized from the endurance side of things. I got those two mixed up. The endurance side is the timed event. The local yellow only rule is that IMSA side of racing. So there you see your three different aspects, your three different reasons why this is called the Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat. Gonna try to jump around the track just a little bit, see if there's any more action out there on the track. Doesn't look like we have anybody really packed up running with each other at this point in time. Still watching this battle here with Thomas Myers in that 77 machine trailing Elijah Travis. Travis is going to have William Klingbeil knocking on his door very shortly here. You can see Klingbeil in that 83 machine slotted back in the 7th position, listed right behind Elijah Travis in the running order. Multiple drivers caught out in tonight's race. We haven't done any house cleaning, so why don't we do a little housekeeping here late in the race. Under 9 minutes left to go. 23 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight in the N2 being throwback 125. We have still got 15 drivers out there on the track, but only I believe 3 drivers left on the lead lap. We'll double check that here in just a brief moment. Check back in with your race leaders. Chris Wheeler still leading the race. He's got Randall Nichols closing in here. Look at that truck driver put the power down. He's closed in on a Cup Class driver. And the battle for the overall race win is underway. Ken, we see a truck driver win the overall race for the first time this season. I tell you what, it would be quite a feat if he could get the job done, but he is very close to being able to do so, heating up the back end of that 22 machine right now. Wheeler struggling to keep the truck behind him with just 3 drivers left on the lead lap. Your points leader, Ryan Johnson, sitting as the lucky dog. First car 1 lap down, and look at that pass for the race lead. New race leader here tonight at Martinsville, Virginia, and for the first time ever in the 2021 season, a truck class driver leads the overall field. And how about that? I tell you what, if you would have bet me $100 that we would have seen a truck driver lead this field late in the going, or just lead this field at the end of the race and walk away with the overall race win, I would have told you you were crazy. At the beginning, the halfway point of tonight's race, if you had said, hey Dave, I believe that 25 truck, I think he's got something, and I think he's going to win this whole entire thing here tonight. After being listed 2 laps down early here tonight, I would have said, you know what, I just don't see that happening. But somehow, some way, this is why you never give up. This is why you never say die. That 25 Texas Chevy Silverado, piloted by Randall Nichols, has absolutely fought all race long to get himself just back onto the lead lap. And once he had a chance to take over the race lead, you've seen him pounce on that opportunity, and he has stepped away to almost a 2-second advantage over Chris Wheeler, sitting inside of one of those higher-powered Cup cars. But that horsepower making no difference right now as Randall Nichols looks to capture the flag right here from Martinsville, Virginia, and the N2 being throwback 125. It is time, only 5 minutes remaining out of the 85-minute scheduled timed event right here from Martinsville, Virginia, into being throwback 125. All the racing action brought to you right here each and every Friday night after tonight's race. Only 2 races left for these drivers to try to put themselves in a championship contending spot. Who's going to get the job done? Who's going to set themselves up for the championship run, setting himself up for a beautiful Martinsville grandfather clock? That 25 of Randall Nichols, man, he is on fire late in the going, and now he's got himself a 2.5-second race advantage over Chris Wheeler, sitting in second, the only other driver left on the lead lap. So as we get a little closer to the action, we'll jump around, bring you a little bit more of the action on the track. Elijah Travis trying to make his way by that. I believe that is the 97, and yes, it is, and he's got the 83 tucked up right behind him. William Klingbeil trying to close in, see if he can't somehow take over the lead of the Xfinity class. Klingbeil, McCarthy in tow as well. Remuller right there in the 92 machine. McCarthy listed one lap further down after leading the Xfinity class for the majority of tonight's race. She has fallen off the pace just a little bit. Her DuPont Looney Tunes 24 sitting back in ninth. And man, oh man, what a race, what a night here tonight. We've seen the race leader involved in a few incidents here tonight. Not just one race leader involved in incidents, multiple race leaders involved in different incidents here tonight. And that has brought us to the point to where we've only got two drivers left on the lead lap. Randall Nichols and Chris Wheeler, last two drivers on the lead lap, with Nichols keeping that 25 Texas Chevy Silverado up in front of this field. Continuing to keep our eye on this battle for the lead of the Xfinity class, that 83 Chevy Camaro of William Klingbeil tries to close in on the Comp USA Toyota Supra piloted by Elijah Travis. Can Travis get up there and keep that Xfinity class win intact? Or will this man right here, Team Medicare Racing, 83 of William Klingbeil, straight out of Oregon, Ohio, can he snatch a class win? We'll have to wait and see. We jump back up front with your overall race leader, your truck class leader. That 25 of Randall Nichols has 2 laps to go. Two minutes to go. I do apologize. It's going to be about 5 laps, I would say. And, well, why don't we check in? I do believe we'll get an update. 218 laps into this thing. And, well, unfortunately, TV fans, race fans, we got this one wrong. Looks like the $10 is safe. Looks like the $10 going to roll over to next week. So we will have a $15 prize pool next week right here in the Split Decisions Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. That prize going to roll over in Dave's Dollars. Tune in next Friday night. Get in your lap count before the 60-minute mark and try to win a little bit of Dave's Dollars. Less than 60 seconds remaining here tonight. That 25 of Randall Nichols has overcome an absolute ton, and he has got himself more than a 3-second race advantage at this point in time. Gonna cross the line to begin yet another lap, as we still got 35 seconds remaining. Looks like we're gonna have a total of 2 laps to go. Leader should see the white flag in final lap this time. By back down into turn number 3, the 25 out of 4. White flag in the air. Final lap right here from Martinsville, Virginia, in the into being throwback 125. Time on the stopwatch, gonna run out. Checkered flag in the air. Here comes the 25 of Randall Nichols. He'll cross the line with the overall win and the truck class win as well. Chris Wheeler gonna take the Cup class win back here. Elijah Travis brings that Cup USA 51 to the finishing line. Gonna cross the stripe and take the Xfinity class win here tonight. My goodness, what a race we had here tonight from Martinsville, Virginia. There you can see a little bit of congratulations being shown by Kayla McCarthy to Elijah Travis. Travis struggled quite a bit when he made the jump to the Xfinity car But there you can see him enjoy this one, burn it down on the front stretch. And well, while we get things set up and ready to go for the post-race interviews, race fans, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Back trackside after another exciting race here on Friday night for the Split Decision Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. And well, after a great race like that, why don't we see if we can catch up with some of your class winners? Let's see if we can't grab a quick word here with the driver inside of that 51 machine, walking away with his first class win in the Xfinity class. Elijah Travis, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, Dave, I got you. It's nice to be back in victory lane.
Right, it's been a while, man. A little bit of a struggle for you since you've made the jump from trucks to Xfinity. How good does it feel to hear class winner after your name once again?
It feels really, really good. I had this race circled on my calendar for a while. I'm really good at the short tracks, so looking forward to going to Iowa in the playoffs. But I was looking forward to this race because I was struggling so much in the Xfinity, and I was just thinking of all the races that I could have won. This is the one race that I had probably the best shot to win before the playoffs, and thankfully I got it, and I got to do it in a very special scheme too.
Well, my man, I want to talk a little bit about tonight's race real quick. At one point in time, we seen you with no hood, a little bit of damage, and then some damage control, if you will, there out of you and everybody on that 51 crew. Was there ever a point in time that you thought, well, you know what, I let this one slip out of my hands?
No, I really didn't think that I had lost this race at any point. I was really fast all day. This Toyota Supra was really fast, and I think most of the race I was second behind either Kayla or Rich Reimuller. So I didn't think that I was slow in any regards. Even once I got that damage, I had my fast repair, thankfully, and I fixed that, and I was able to go out and get the class win.
Well, Elijah, my man, I've been down in Ocala. It's a beautiful place. Went to a little streams or rivers. I don't know what you want to call them down there in Silver Springs. Great area. Got some people down there in Ocala as well. So great area to be in. And, well, finally, you're back in a great area right here in Victory Lane. So congratulations on the Xfinity class win here tonight. Before we let you go and enjoy the celebrations, though, would you like to thank anybody, give any special shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody else on that 51 crew?
I'd like to thank Chip Ganassi and Lexus for having such an awesome car that I could throw it back to. This is Lexus's first win in IMSA, so it's really cool to throw it back to that race. And I'd just like to thank all my friends, family. I do have some fans that I know I've got, so it's really cool that I am getting some support from online and offline in real life.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on breaking back down the door to Victory Lane. Glad you could give us a few moments of your time here before heading off and celebrating the night away. And from here on out, man, it's head down and elbows up.
Yeah. I gotta, now that I got this win, I know that I can win in Xfinity, and I'm hoping to carry it on into the playoffs.
All right, Elijah. Well, we'll see if we can't catch up with you a little bit later on in the season before we start the chase in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy the next 2 weeks. Got Daytona for the finale, so that'll be fun.
Well, all right, there you have it. Final words from the driver walking away with the Xfinity class win inside of his Toyota Supra. Elijah Travis bringing home a trophy back to Ocala, Florida. Now let's see if we can't check in with this man on the screen right there. You see it, the Baby Ruth sponsored Chevy Camaro of Chris Wheeler. Let's see if we can't dial up that 22 and have a few words with him. Chris, it's Dave of the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Dave. How you doing? Glad to finally get up here with you and talk to you.
I was going to say, man, you broke the door down here tonight, man. How about that? Great job. And, well, you know what? Great paint scheme on that thing. I know where they made a few of those Baby Ruth cars here in the local area when it was first coming onto the scene in NASCAR. So love to see that throwback out there. But more importantly, Chris, how much does this mean, this first win here in the Cup class?
It means more than I can put into words. It's a thrill, definitely, to finally pull it off and catch some luck going my way. And man, it's been a long time coming. I haven't won since last season in the trucks, and just been a struggle, just trying to be patient and not get caught up in a bunch of other wrecks, and kept it clean most of the night. I had a little rough time there, probably like 20 minutes into the race, but kept it clean after that, thankfully, and was able to pull it off.
Absolutely. Well, Chris, we seen you with the race lead there, the overall race lead, coming to the final few minutes there. It seemed like you maybe were losing the handling a little bit on that 22. How big of a struggle was it towards the end of this 85-minute timed event?
Oh, it's definitely a struggle. Brakes start to wear, tires start to wear. You got to back up your brake points a little bit, and it's easy to dive it in a little too deep and then send it up into the wall fast here. So definitely got to take your time and be patient. That was a big key for me tonight, was just be patient, just try and run smooth lines and just keep it smooth. But there towards the end, I was seeing him coming in my mirror, and I was 4X away from a drive-through. I didn't want to risk it, so I kind of, once he got to me, I just let him take it.
All right, well, it does seem like that was the winning strategy for you to be able to walk away with a trophy here tonight. So before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home in Burlington?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my wife for being patient with me and letting me do this, and I'd like to thank my kids as well, and I'd like to thank you for the great broadcast that has highlighted my night to go back and watch them and really enjoy it. I'd like to thank Dave and everybody that helps with the Split Decisions Racing League, and also all of our sponsors. I really appreciate them, and without them, this league wouldn't be possible. So, thank you.
Well, Chris, my man, congratulations once again, breaking down the door, finally grabbing that first class win here tonight for Martinsville, Virginia. And we'll see if this isn't the first of more to come. We'll see if we can't catch up with you here in the next few weeks.
I appreciate it, Dave. Yeah, I hope to go on a tear here, especially going into the playoffs. So this definitely gives me a confidence booster. I appreciate you.
Well, all right, there you have it. Driver walking away with the trophy in the Cup class. Chris Wheeler brings the 22 to victory lane for the first time this season. On to this man right here, getting the job done, dominating late in the race. Let's see if we can't dial up and have a word with your overall winner as well as your truck class winner, sitting inside of that Texas 25 Chevy Silverado, Randall Nichols. It's Dave in the booth. Got a copy?
Hey, what's going on, Dave?
Not much, man. How you feeling after that one?
A lot of relief. I blew my motor like 15 minutes in, so thankfully I had that fast repair. And then I was pretty worried that I was going to end up getting caught up into something later.
Well, you already kind of answered one of our questions there that I was going to bring up. Is earlier in the race we seen you down, I believe it was 2 laps down at one point in time. And you were able to just keep your head down, keep your focus on, and you made your way back onto the lead lap and then back to the race and then into the race lead. Was there ever a time that you thought, you know what, my night is pretty much done for?
Oh, yeah, as soon as the motor blew. I mean, it was pure luck. I mean, the motor blew coming off of 2, and I mean, you're doing 50 miles an hour tops, and so I just basically clutched it, rolled all the way down the backstretch into pit entry, and right after I crossed pit entry, the caution came out. So luckily that saved me from going 3 or more laps down, and from there it was just going to be a battle. And man, I was getting real nervous before we got to the midway break because I know Justin was catching me, and I was just trying to hold on. I didn't want to move the leaders out of my way or hit them or anything, but it was just kind of like one of those cases of, do I move the overall leader of the race just to make sure I can get my 1 lap back and have a chance at getting a class victory? But, oh my God, I'm pretty relieved.
Well, man, you've done something nobody else has been able to do all season long. You are the very first truck driver to walk away with the first truck class driver, I should say, to walk away with the overall race win. How does that feel, knowing that you beat out not just Xfinity cars, but the much more high-powered Cup car as well at a short track, man?
Yeah, it feels pretty good, especially because this. I actually just found out about this league from my buddy Ryan Johnson probably about 5 hours ago, and so he invited me to come in tonight, and I made my debut start, and I don't know. It's just kind of at a loss for words of how I feel right now about making history with the league and getting my first win and my first start.
Well, man, if this is a prelude of things to come, we're going to have ourselves quite a bit more conversations. And I tell you what, you got something to go over there and kind of rub in Ryan's faces. Hey, man, I came out and whooped your butt the very first time.
I'll be sure to tell him that.
All right, my man. Well, congratulations on not just the truck class win, but also the overall race win right here in your debut. Tough track to make a debut on as well. So everything just kind of against you, odds stacked against you, but you knocked down all the doors and walked away with a grandfather clock as well as a huge momentum going into next week. So before we let you go and celebrate the rest of the night away, Randall, would you like to give any special Maybe I can spit it out. Special thanks, shout outs, love yous, I do's, anything like that. Thank anybody else on the side of that 25?
Yeah, I just want to thank Ryan for inviting me to the league. I had a lot of fun. Can't wait to come back for next week. And just want to say hi to everyone out there watching, and thank my wife for holding down the fort while I raced for a while.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on a great run, a great debut, and we'll look forward to seeing if we can't catch up with you a little bit more throughout the rest of this season.
Sounds good, Dave. I appreciate it.
All right, there you have it. Final parting words from the driver on screen, still sitting inside of that Texas Chevy Silverado. He's going to walk the dog, burn it out down the front stretch just a little bit more here for you, bring you some more great highlights. And man, oh man, what a night it was here in Split Decisions Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season in the Into Being Throwback 125 will get things started to roll up, starting to wind the wires, get packed up and ready to go, make that 4.5-hour trip back to the mountains of western North Carolina for myself. And, well, man, what a night. A lot of crazy action out there all over the track, left and right. These drivers absolutely put on a show, as they do each and every time they hit the track. And indeed, I do hear that music in my ear in the background. That means it's time to run down your unofficial race results here tonight in the Into Being 125. Walking away with the overall win as well as the truck class win, the 25 of Randall Nichols. Finishing in the second spot in the 22 machine, Chris Wheeler walks away with the Cup Class win. Kevin Bernheimer out of Crazy Cooter Racing walks away in third. Ryan Johnson finishes in fourth. Back in fifth is Thomas Myers. Walking away with the Xfinity Class win for the first time this season after making the jump from trucks to Xfinity, the 51 of Elijah Travis. Seventh spot here tonight goes to William Klingbeil. Richard Mueller going to finish in 8th. Kayla McCarthy brings her 24 machine home in 9th. 10th place goes to Mike Taylor. Jeffrey Ramsdale slotting home in 11th. 12th place goes to Patrick Anderson. Dave Gilbert back in 13th. Brandon going to finish in 14th. 15th spot goes to Michael Hayward. Chase Berry, after leading a ton here tonight, has trouble. He'll finish back in 16th. 17th spot goes to Justin Wilson. Michael Gitchell going to round out your top 18 drivers here tonight. 19th place from Martinsville, Virginia, Nate Johnson. Tyler Ziegler going to round out your top 20. The 10 of Luke Smith has some trouble. The primetime racing driver going to finish back in 21st. 22nd goes to Batcher Gaspar. And rounding out your field here tonight in the Into Being Throwback 125 right here from Martinsville Speedway, Richard Crane. Well, with all that being said, race fans, that's all she wrote. It's another one in the books here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate and salute each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. And as we already said, throw these drivers a thumbs up, show them some love. Get ready for next Friday night. We're back at you one more time. And well, until then, race fans, stay safe, stay loved, my friends. And until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.